Okay, so good morning and good day to everyone. So let's have our new discussion on the mechanics of the formable body, specifically on torsion. This includes topics such as flash bolt couplings, longitudinal shearing stresses, thin wall tubes, and helical springs. Okay, so in this chapter, okay, only torsion problem in connection with circular shafts or closed pin wall tubes will be considered. So the twisting of the non-circular shafts is so complex that only formulas used will be stated here. So hindi natin siya derive, no? Most of the formulas here are naka-empirical, no? Pwedeng i-derive pero we opt to use na kung ano yung nakalagay dito. Okay? So yan na yun, hindi na natin siya babaguhin. Okay? So whatever formulas I'm going to present to you as we go along with this discussion, we will use that no in analyzing problems involving torsion, okay, in general. Okay? So let's have our general techniques or determination of how I'm going to compute for the torsion problems. Okay, first, determine the relation between stresses that are compatible with deformation. As we've discussed from our previous discussion, we used the deformation diagrams. Okay, from a study of an elastic deformation produced by a specific or specified load. Okay, plus the application of Hooke's law. Doon pumapasok yung ating mga deformation due to thermal expansion. If there are possible thermal expansion coefficients, no, kung meron man, okay, or just simply deformation, okay. So such relationship are known as the equations of compatibility. That means we are using in general the equations of static equilibrium, and then if not applicable or kulang, doon papasok yung ating deformation diagrams, okay. So obtain additional relations between stresses by applying conditions of equilibrium, just like I've said earlier, to a free body diagram of portion of this body. These relations resulting from a study of the equilibrium between the external applied loads and internal resisting forces over an exploratory section, which is called equations of equilibrium. That's why, from our previous discussion, we still use equations of static equilibrium, no, to compute for the forces, internal loads, and so on. Okay. Number three, be sure that the solution of the equations in steps 1 and 2, just like I've said kanina, is consistent with the loading conditions at the surface of the body. Kung meron mang other conditions stated in the problem, we have to consider those. Okay? And this is known as the satisfying the boundary condition. Also, there are boundary conditions that we need to satisfy. For example, if you still remember the limiting deformations or limiting what we call these limiting stresses from the body, we will use that at maximum or at the limit. Okay? Sabihin hanggang doon lang. If it exceeds the limit, therefore we eliminate the possibility of using the whatever values computed exceeding that limit, for example, stresses. Okay? So those are the things that we should be reminded of in relation to what we call or what we have or what we're going to discuss, which is torsion. Okay? So these are the general assumptions that we're going to use. Okay, number one, circular sections remain circular. Okay, just like any other discussion that we had, no, circular section remains circular. Okay, plane sections remains plane and do not warp. No, there are instances that planes will warp, no, due to additional external stresses and internal loadings. But in this section, we will not uh, come to a point wherein we're going to warp the plane section, no? Doon pa yan sa mga deformation natin along X, Y, and Z if there are, or if we're going to use what we call dynamic deformation. No, yung ginagawa natin deformation is a static deformation. That means deformation at that instant, no? Hindi gumagalaw yung body. Okay? So, kung may dynamic deformation, hindi yun kasali. Okay? The projection upon a transverse section of a straight radial lines in the section remains straight. Sabihin, we follow the what we call the transmissibility of the force. No? If you still remember that discussion or what we call shear flow. Okay? So, ibig sabihin kung may straight path or straight radial lines na sinusundan yung ating projection ng ating mga forces or transverse section, that will remain straight. Okay? If the section is not homogeneous, then we follow the what we call ratio and proportion of or similarities of figures, or in this case triangles, if there are. Okay. Number 4, shaft is loaded by twisting couples in planes that are perpendicular to the axis of the shaft. Okay. So perpendicular dapat, no, perpendicular, not parallel. Okay. Number 5, stresses do not exceed the proportional limit. That's like we've used from the previous chapter or discussion. No, we do not exceed the proportional limit. Okay, dahil nga alam natin, after exceeding the proportional limit, doon na papasok yung ating breaking point. Okay, or what we call rupture. Sige. So, let's have this derivation of torsion formula. Just like I said, pwede natin i-derive dito, pwedeng magulat na lang kayo, may formula na lang. Okay? So, we could actually use the figure from your right. Okay? So, from that figure, we could see that the length of deformation, delta S, if you are seeing that figure, okay? So, delta S is DE, or the line DE, or in this case, rho theta. Okay? Rho theta. So, that is what we call yung ating length of deformation. Our unit of deformation is designated by Greek symbol gamma. Okay? Delta S over L. No, that's why unit deformation. Deformation with respect to length, or rho theta over L. Okay? Then, applying Hooke's law, okay, shearing stress tau is modulus of rigidity multiplied by gamma. Okay? That's why G theta over L multiplied by rho. Just like I've said, dinederive natin yung formula, but we have what we call yung mga formula stated na yun na yung gagamitin natin. Okay, we will not derive it anymore. Just like this one, no? Yung Hooke's law natin, we will not derive that. Okay, we will just use it. Okay? So, from those conditions, or let's satisfy the conditions of static equilibrium, that the summation of moment is equal to 0. Therefore, T is equal to T sub R. Saan yan? Okay, balik na doon sa illustration. Ayan, no? So, T is equal to T sub R. Sabihin, mag-rotate siya to that rotation. That is P, or should I say rho, dP. But, since we are getting a strip, now we're going to integrate, or we use integration, it will be equal to the integral of rho dP, or dP is tau dA, because tau is a stress. Okay? It's a shearing stress. Okay? So, replacing tau by its value from equation C. What is equation C? Balik tayo. Okay, ito, yung tau gy or g gamma. So, replacing that, okay, or from that, g theta L multiplied by rho, that is g over g theta over L, that's the integral of rho squared dA, or we could actually simplify this to j is equal to j is equal to the integral of rho squared dA. So, pwede natin sabihin that g theta over L is j, or polar moment of inertia. Okay? Then, since we're using j as polar moment of inertia, we could actually use g theta over L multiplied by j, or just simply theta, or the angle of twist by the in the shaft, is T multiplied by L multiplied by J, over J times G, where T is the torque, okay? L is the length of the shaft, J is what we call the polar moment of inertia, and G is the modulus of rigidity, okay? So, if we're going to replace G theta over L in equation C by equivalent T over J, ayan yung magiging result. Tau is equal to T rho over J, okay? So, as we go along with the derivation, so we have maximum shearing stress. Tau is equal to T times the radius over J, or what we call polar moment of inertia. Okay, for solid shaft, that is maximum tau is equal to 2T over pi r cubed, or that is simply 16 T over pi d cube kung ginamit ay diameter. Okay? Kasi syempre, madalas naman ginagamit sa mga problems sa binibigay not the radius but the diameter. Okay? So for hollow shaft, okay, yung unang binanggit ko, solid shaft. For hollow shaft, since magkakaroon ng, nakikita niyo yung sa right na illustration ninyo, kung magkakaroon ng tinatawag na magkaibang radius, unlike the solid shaft, therefore, aayusin natin yung formula natin in such a way na i-consider natin yung radius of the hollow section. Kaya yung ating maximum shearing stress is 2T times the radius, no, papuntang external side ng inyong shaft. Ibig sabihin, from the center papunta dun sa hindi pa hollow or solid part over pi multiplied by r to the fourth, capital R, dun sa unang binanggit ko, same with the radius na malaki, minus r to the fourth, yung maliit na radius ng hollow. Okay? Or, if we're going to convert it into diameter formula, that is 16TD over pi multiplied by d to the fourth minus d to the fourth. Okay? So, for power transmitted by the shaft, okay, that is P is equal to T multiplied by the angular velocity. Okay? Or angular velocity is equal to 2 pi multiplied by F. Okay? So, P is equal to 2 pi Ft. Substitute natin yon. Or torque is equal to P over 2 pi F. Okay? For rectangular shaft, so mababago. So, ito empirical formula na to. So, mababago siya, no? Mapapansin nyo kanina, dito sa ating discussion, or should I say dito sa mga formulas na nakikita ninyo. Okay? So, ito, no? Ito yung mga dapat natin tandaan. This one, okay? For solid shaft, for hollow shaft, and then for rectangular shaft. Ayan. So, tau is equal to T over AB squared multiplied by 3 plus 1.8B over A. Where A, ayan, nakalagay na dito, longer side siya, B, short side. Okay? Huwag kalimutan. Okay? So, that's the formula that I'm talking about earlier na hindi na natin siya i-derive. Okay? We will just use it how the way it is. No? Yun na yun. Wala na tayong ibang babaguhin doon. Okay? Todo na yun. Okay? So, next. So, let's discuss yung units of power because kanina napag-usapan natin, meron tayong totoo na power transmission or transmitted power by the shaft. Kasi meron talaga yan, no? Meron tayo power input and what we call power output. Okay? So, since meron tayong power input or power output depending on the material or the body that we are analyzing, in this case, solid body, we will have what we call power. Okay? What are the units of power? Power is the units of power used is watts. Okay? Kaya ito ang una niyo nakikita. Yan. Watts. Okay? So, power is, or 1 watt is equal to 1 Newton meter per second or 1 joule per second. That means 1 joule, okay, is equal to 1 Newton meter. Okay? Then, 1 horsepower, because most of the time, the unit of power used, aside from watt, is horsepower. Okay, converted. So, 1 horsepower is 746 watts. Okay? Or, if we're going to use English, that is 1 horsepower is 550 pound-foot per second, or it is, kung naka-minutes siya, that is 1 horsepower is 33,000 pound-foot per minute. Etong mga units na to are approximate kasi syempre may mga decimal pa talaga yan. No? So, for the sake of our discussion, itong gagamitin natin. Okay? So, these are the units of power with their corresponding conversion. In this case, ito yung gagamitin. Okay? Ito yun. If we're going to ask, if na-compute natin ay watts to convert for HP, we know that 1 horsepower or HP is equal to 746 watts. Okay? Okay. Now, let's have our sample problems. Okay, let's have our sample problems. So, steel shaft 3 feet long has a diameter 4 inches. Okay, so meron daw steel shaft 3 feet long has diameter 4 inches subjected to torque, okay, of 15 kip foot. By the way, When we say torque, it's a moment actually. It's a rotating moment. Okay? So determine the maximum shearing stress and the angle of twist. Okay? Use modulus of rigidity or G na 12 times 10 raised to the 6 psi or pounds per square inch. Okay? So to answer that, okay, first let's have our given. Ano ba yung mga given dito sa problem na to? So let's have our given values. So we are given the length. Length is 3 feet. Okay? So diameter, sabi dito kasi natin. So ang diameter natin is 4 inches. So medyo magkaiba ng unit. So mamili tayo. Anong gusto natin gawin? Pwede naman gawin natin itong feet, gawin natin inches para magkamukha na sila. No? 3 times 12, no? Conversion. That is 36 inches. Yeah. Okay. Ano pa mga given sa atin? We have given a torque value. That is 15 kilopounds. That, yun yung kip, no? Kip, foot, kilopounds, foot. And then we have the modulus of rigidity, G, pag E, modulus of elasticity. Okay, kung naalala ninyo sa ating deformation. In this time, yung G, ginagamit natin, that is modulus of rigidity, that is 12 times 10 raised to 6 psi, or that is pounds per square inches. Yan, psi. Okay? So now, what we're asked, okay? So pinapanap sa atin, ang required sa atin sa problem na to, okay, may dalawa tayong required values. Una, tinatanong sa atin is the maximum shearing stress. Okay? So, maximum shearing stress. So, from this problem, ano ba ang ating section? Okay, may sinabi ba siyang hollow, square? Mukhang ito ay circular solid shaft. So, balik tayo. Ano ba ang formula ng circular solid shaft? Just like I've said kanina, ito yung dapat nating memorize. So, meron tayong dalawang possible solution. Una, if we're going to use radius, ito yung ating gagamitin. But if we're going to use diameter, etong isa. Okay? So, i-ano natin. So, that is 2t, no? So, for the maximum formula, no, maximum shearing stress, that is 2t over pi r cube, or kung gagamitin natin ang diameter, tulad ng binanggit dito, that is 16t over pi d cube. Okay? So, natin, 16t over pi d cube. Ayan. Okay? Ano pa? So, pangalawang pinapahanap sa atin is the angle of twist. Okay? So, pangalawang required, angle of twist. So, ano nga ulit ang ating angle of twist or theta? Okay? So, theta, so kanina dinerive natin yun or pinakita ko yung derivation. Theta is T L over JG. Ano nga ulit ang T? T is the torque. So, lagay natin, no? T is the torque value. So, ito ay rotating moment. L is the length. Yan. Length. J is the polar moment of inertia. Polar moment of inertia. Okay. And then, ano pa? G is the modulus of rigidity. Yan. Modulus of rigidity. Okay? So, yan yung ating mga hinahanap or going to use, no, for the calculation of our problems. Okay? So, now let's compute. Okay? So, isa-isahin muna natin. So, let's compute for the una muna, maximum shearing stress. So, lagyan natin. So, maximum shearing stress. So, pinapal sa atin ay maximum shearing stress for the solid shaft. Okay? Mukhang yun kasi ang wala namang binanggit na iba pang radius or diameter. So, ano bang given sa atin? So, that is, given tayo ng length, 36 inches, and then D, 4 inches. So, if we're going to use inches. Okay? So, make sure lang na yung ating gagamitin ay naka-inches. If feet. So, ibig sabihin nito, pwede rin natin sabihin that 4 inches, ayan, so 4 inches yan. Kung dito, kung inches yung tina-target natin na gamitin, dapat itong torque natin ay magiging, so kung foot ito, moment, lalabas ito ay 15 times 12 para maging keep inches. Ilagay natin. Keep inches. Yan. Okay? So, yan yung ating tatandaan. So, balik tayo dito sa sinasolve natin. Maximum shearing stress. So, tau is equal to, pwede gumamit ng 16t over pi d cube, no? So, pwede naman. Kung gusto nyo radius, pwede rin. Okay? So, ano nang ulit yung mga given? D is 4 inches. So, torque natin, kung naka-keep foot, just like I've said, mumultiply natin ng 12. Kaya lalabas nga 15 times 12 para maging keep inches. Bakit? Kasi in relation to your diameter. So, therefore, our maximum shearing stress, that is 16 multiplied by 15 times 12, keep inches, hindi ko nalalagay yung unit, over pi multiplied by 4 cube. Okay? So, our maximum shearing stress is in kilopounds per square inches. Kasi nga, we are using inches, not feet or foot. Okay? So, simplifying this equation or solution, this will become 14.324 kilopounds. Okay? So, kilopounds keep per square inches or KSI. Okay? So, yun yung ating sagot for the maximum shearing stress ng ating solid shaft. Okay? So, next, okay na tayo. Pangalawa, we're going to compute for the angle of twist. Okay? So, anong ulit ang angle of twist? That is, theta is equal to TL over JG or pwede rin naman, ano pa yung mga gusto ninyong mnemonics, True Love ni Joshua Garcia, pwede ba yon? Or kung ano man, no, na TL, no, over JG, mukhang yun yung pinakamadali, no, na formula or mnemonics, no, na pwede kong i-share sa inyo. So, bahala kayo kung gusto nyo palitan, no, yung gamit ng mnemonics. Pero mukhang yun yung pinaka-famous na madaling maintindihan at madaling makatch, mukhang relevant naman kasi hindi pa naman nalalaos si Joshua Garcia. Okay, so balik tayo dito. Now, for the number 2, let's have the angle of twist. Okay? Angle of twist. So, yung angle of twist na kinakopute natin dito is total. Sabihin, sa buong length. Ano-ano nga ulit yung mga given natin? So, we're given the length. Sabi sa atin, ang length natin ay naka 3 feet. Or since we are using inches, in this case, dahil because of the diameter, so, pag kinonvert sa inches, 36 inches. Ano pa? We have the torque value. That is 15 keep foot. Yun nga lang, just like I said kanina, kung naka-inches tayo, mumultiply natin to ng 12 para maging keep inches. Okay? So, yun yung ating kailangan tandaan. Ano pa? TL over J. Polar moment of inertia. Paano ba natin kinocompute ang polar moment of inertia? Okay, so polar moment of inertia, so parang ito ay, so kung circular shaft siya, no, ating polar moment of inertia is pi d to the 4th over 32. Okay, this is for solid shaft or yung ating circular section. Okay, so in this case, polar moment of inertia, pi multiplied by the diameter, 4 inch to the 4th over 32. Yan na. Okay, or ang unit ito ay inch to the 4th. Okay? Ano pa? G, modulus of rigidity, binigay sa atin kanina. That is 12 times 10 raised to, ito nga lang, 6 PSI or pounds per square inch. Yun nga lang, dahil meron tayong isang unit na naka-kilopounds para sa either makancel yung ating mga unit, pwedeng gawin natin ay i-convert natin into PSI or pounds inches yung ating torque or i-convert natin into kilopounds per square inches yung ating modulus of rigidity. In this case, mas madali. dahil i-divide lang natin to sa 1,000. So, lalabas, this is 12 times 10 cube, dinivide sa 1,000, KSI. Okay? So, for the solution, ilagay na natin lahat, mga kompleto na to, TL over JG, angle of twist, that is, T natin, 15 times 12, multiplied by length na 36 over the polar moment of inertia. Ano nga ulit ang polar moment of inertia? That is pi d to the 4th over 32 kapag solid shaft or what we call circular section. So that is pi multiplied by 4 to the 4th over 32 multiplied by modulus of rigidity na 12 times 10 cube. At ang resulting unit natin ay naka-degrees. Okay? And the answer, or should I say naka-radian muna pala. Sorry, radian muna. So in radian, theta is equal to 0.01, 0.02, yan, 214, yan, meron mahaba pa tayo, 6, yan, and so on. No, may mahaba yan. So, in degrees, kung i-convert natin, paano nga kino-convert ang, this is in radian. So, paano natin kino-convert ang angle? So, from radian, so dito tayo, next slide tayo. So, to compute, no, or to convert, yan, theta in radian to degrees. So, para sa mga nakakalimot, so kapag naka-radian tayo, theta na radian, okay, para ma-convert natin, that is, paano? Paano yun? 180 over 180 over pi, okay, radian. Okay? Or yan, tama, naka 180 over pi tayo, okay, para maging degrees, no? So, ito magiging ano to, theta in degrees. Yan. So, yung kanina, na-solve natin, sige, i-ano natin. So, ang na-solve natin kanina, kapag tinuloy natin ng margin, 0.021486. Pag minultiply natin sa 180, ang resulting unit or ang resulting number is 3.8646748. O sige, yan na natin. Isa-isahin natin. So, theta in degrees, that is, ano nga yung pinag 0.021486. This is in radian. Ayan. So, multiply natin ng 180 over pi. So, kanina, kapag multiply natin yan, this will become 3.86748 over pi. Lagyan natin. 3.86748 over pi. Ano ba ang pi? 3.14. Or kung hindi nyo nira-round off sa calculator nyo, dediretso nyo, divide natin sa pi. So, ang lalabas sa sagot ay 1.231 degrees. Okay? So, that is theta natin in degrees. Dahil yun ang kailangan natin, 1.231 degrees. That is what we call the total angle of twist. Okay? Ng inyong solid shaft. Okay? So, yan yung sagot natin. Okay? So, 1.231 degrees. Okay? So, that is for our example problem number 1. Okay? So, now let's move for example problem number 2. In example problem number 2, we are asked by with 2 questions again, no? 2 questions. Napansin niyo ba? Dalawang what? In problem number 2, first, what is the minimum diameter of a solid steel shaft? Take note of the term solid steel shaft. Ayan, nakalagay na. Solid steel shaft that will not twist through more than 3 degrees and 6 meter length, okay, when subjected to a torque of 12 kilonewton meter. Okay? And then, what maximum shear in stress is developed? So, dalawa pinapahams natin. Use modulus of rigidity na 83 gigapascal. Ayan. So, yan ang ating yan ang pinapahanap sa atin. Okay? So, syempre, para mas madali natin maintindihan, isa-isahin muna natin yung mga given, no? With the corresponding required value. Okay, sa given muna tayo. So, binigyan tayo ng angle of twist na 3 degrees. Actually, this angle of twist is limiting angle of twist. Kasi, ang sabi, true, not, that will not twist, no? That will not twist through more than 3 degrees. Ibig sabihin, hanggang dyan lang. Okay? O, next, we have the length. Length is 6 meters. Yan. Ano pa binigay sa atin? Subjected daw sa torque value na 12 kilonewton meter. Yan. Okay? And then the modulus of rigidity is 83 gigapascal or mukhang pwede natin itong i-convert, no? Depende kung anong gusto natin, megapascal or pascal lang. Let's see mamaya kung ano yung mas madali sa atin para mas solve yung ating mga problem. Okay? In our required, no, sa mga required values natin based sa questions no na post, una, pinapahanap sa atin minimum diameter. So, B, minimum. Ano daw ang minimum diameter? Second, pinapahanap sa atin ang maximum shearing stress or T or tau max. Okay? Na madedevelop dun sa ating solid shaft. Okay? Again, so, let's have our recap of our formulas, no? So, maximum shearing stress kung binigyan tayo ng diameter, kasi mukhang meters of diameter ng ulit yun, 16t over pi d cube, where t is the torque and d is the diameter. Okay? And then for the theta, that is t L over jg. This theta, just like you've observed kanina sa example problem number 1, is in radian. Okay? Ang resulting unit ng ating theta dito is radian. Kaya, napansin nyo, kung ang theta natin ay radian, to convert for degrees, that is theta na naka-radian times 180 degrees over pi. Okay? So, ito yung mga base formulas natin. Now, to answer for first question, no? Since binigyan tayo ng what we call limiting angle of twist, sabihin hanggang dun lang. So, ano yun? That is theta is equal to 3 degrees. So, we could actually compute for the diameter of what we call minimum diameter. Paano? Sige. So, if still remember, sige, balikan natin. From the formula of angle of twist, theta, take note, this is in radian, okay, is T L over J G. Okay. Ano nga ulit ang J? J is equal to polar moment of inertia ng solid shaft pi d to the fourth over 32. Yan. Yan yung ating polar moment of inertia. Okay. So, ano pa ba? Meron tayong torque, binigay, check. We have the length, check. We have the modulus of rigidity. So, mukhang makakompute natin ang diameter. So, binigyan tayo ng theta in degrees. That is, ano nga ulit yun? Theta in degrees is 3 degrees. Eh, ang problema, dapat naka-radian gamit ang TL over JG. So, to convert, edi pabalitan natin. So, 3 degrees multiplied by 1 pi over 180 degrees para maging radian is equal to T. Ano nga ulit yung ating torque? Torque natin is, ayan, 12 kilonewton meter. Okay, so, ano ba? Para maging mas madali sa atin, so pwede natin gawing meter lang, gawin natin newton lahat, no? Newton, tapos ano pa? Pwede rin newton millimeter. Kasi bakit? Kasi meron tayong gigapascal. So, kung gusto natin i-convert, no? If we're going to convert this into megapascal, no, ito, this is 83 times 10 cube megapascal. Eh, ang alam natin, 1 megapascal is 1 Newton per square millimeter. So, kung ito ay naka-kilonewton meter moment, para maging Newton at millimeter, ilang nga ulit ilang Newton sa kilonewton? 1,000. So, times 10 cube. Ilang millimeter sa meter? 1,000 times 10 cube. So, 10 cube, 10 cube, that will become 10 raised to 6. So therefore, yung ating torque is 12 times 10 raised to 6. Ano ang ating unit ito? This is Newton millimeter. Okay? Newton millimeter. Ayan. Multiplied by, anong length natin? Kung ang length natin ay 6 meters, gawin nating millimeter ito. So, para maging millimeter, so 6,000 millimeter. Ayan. So, this is 6,000 millimeter over, eto na. So, gawin na natin. J is pi d to the fourth pi d to the fourth over 32 multiplied by G or modulus of rigidity, 83 gigapascal or 83,000 times 10 cube megapascal or Newton per square millimeter. So, simplifying this, pwede kayong gumamit ng shifts. Pwede natin i-diretso sa inyong calculator or kung gusto niyo naman, fourth root ng ilipat nyo sa ayan. So, i-multiply nyo parehas ng d to the fourth. So, lalabas, no? Simplifying, then fourth root. Or we'll just simply using your calculator para mas mabilis. So, ang diameter na makakompute natin dito is the minimum diameter in millimeters. So, the answer will be 113.98 millimeters. So, this is your minimum diameter. Okay? Na hinahanap sa atin sa problem. Okay? Minimum diameter. So, ayan na. Okay? Minimum diameter. So, for the minimum diameter, ito na yung ating solution. So, next. Yan. Pinapahanap sa atin, number 1 to, no? Number 2, kung babalikan natin, pinapahanap is the maximum shearing stress. Anong ulit yun? Kung may diameter, that is 16 T over pi d cube. O, kung meron tayong kinumpit na minimum diameter or diameter, ito na yun. So, substitute na lang natin. By the way, for the sake of this discussion, ni-round off ko muna to decimal places. Okay? Pero, as you have your examinations or quizzes, syempre, kung may instruction na hindi kayo pwede mag-round off or express your answer to the certain number of decimal places, syempre yun ang susundin natin. Okay? But for the sake of this discussion, gamitin ko muna into 2 decimal places. Okay? So, balik tayo. So, for the maximum shearing stress, tau, maximum, using diameter formula, 16T over pi d cube. Again, pwede kayong gumamit din ng radius, no, kung gugustuhin ninyo. Okay? So, shearing stress maximum is 16. Anong ulit yung ating torque? No, anong ginawa natin? Ginawa natin Newton meter. That's why 12 times 10 raised to 6. Ayan, nakikita ba? Same here. Okay, over pi d cube. Ano yung d natin? 113.98 cube. O, ngayon lumalabas, so if this is Newton meter, Newton millimeter, and this is millimeter cube. So, magiging Newton per square millimeter or megapascal. Okay? So, the maximum shearing stress in megapascal, in this case, is 41.28 megapascal. Okay? At yan yung sagot sa ating problem number 2. So, again, we should always be reminded of these formulas, no? So, tau is equal to 16T over pi d cube. Take note, solid shaft. Okay, solid shaft. The angle of twist, that is TL over JG in radian, ang sagot. To convert for degrees, i-multiply natin yung theta in radian by 180 over pi. Okay? Okay ba yun? So, that is the conversion factor. So, now, let's proceed to example problem number 3. So, example problem number 3, A solid shaft 5 meters long is stressed to 80 megapascal when twisted through 4 degrees. So meron na naman tayo mga limitations. So ibig sabihin hanggang dun lang, hindi tayo pwede mag-exceed or meron tayong tinatawag na boundary conditions. Okay, ano-ano ngayon? A solid steel shaft 5 meters long is stressed to 80 megapascal when twisted through 4 degrees. So, gumagamit tayo ng limiting conditions or boundary conditions. Okay? Using modulus of rigidity na 83 gigapascal, compute the shaft diameter. So, diameter yung unang tinatanong. Pangalawa, what power can be transmitted at 20 hertz? O, ano daw yung ating power to be transmitted? So, yung ating F dito, okay, yung ating 20 hertz, yun yung ating F, no? Yung 20 hertz. Okay? So, let's have our given first para mas madali natin ito ma-solve. So, given. So, sa problem na to, we have the length, binanggit, yun yung una, 5 meters. So, kung nakikita ninyo na meron tayong stress or maximum shearing stress or shearing stress na 80 megapascal, at alam natin na ang megapascal ay Newton per square millimeter. So, pwede natin itong i-convert diretso yung 5 meters to millimeters. So, 5,000 millimeters. Kasi megapascal Newton per square millimeter. Ano pa? Theta, limiting angle, 4 degrees. Yan. So, modulus of rigidity, dito na lang. Yan. Modulus of rigidity binanggit ay 83 gigapascal or in this case, mukhang pag kinonvert into megapascal, ano yung ulit yun? 83 times 10 cube megapascal. Yan. So, ano pa? Binigyan tayo ng F, no? Yung ating hertz. That is 20 hertz. Yan. HZ. So, ating question ay, ang pinapanap sa atin mga unknown or mga required tayo anong ulit? Required tayong hanapin number 1, yung ating diameter. Yan. Diameter ng ating shaft. And number 2, we are required to compute for the power. Yan. So, ayan yung mga pinapanap sa atin. Diameter and power. Again, so para magkaroon tayo ng medyo recap from our slide kanina, our discussion, power using yung ating meron tayong hertz value that this is equal to 2 pi F multiplied by T or torque. Okay? So, in this case, mukhang pwede na tayo makapag-solve or pwede na tayo mag-solve ng ating problem. O, given yung ating shear stress, meron din tayong theta, mukhang babalik tayo ulit dito sa dalawang formula na to. Ayan. Balik tayo sa example problem number 2. Ano nang ulit yun? The maximum shearing stress, ito, and the angle of twist. Ito. Kasi, kung babalik tayo, we are given with the same values. No? We have the maximum shearing stress and the maximum shearing stress and the angle of twist. So, madali na. Kasi nga, parehas given. Okay? So, paano natin isa-solve ngayon ang diameter and power? So, we know from the maximum shearing stress formula, maximum shearing stress using diameter, kasi may diameter yung hinahanap 16t over pi d cube. Ayan. So, but we are given the maximum shearing stress. Ayan, ito ang ating maximum shearing stress. Ano nga natin maximum shearing stress? 80 megapascal. O, lagay natin. So, 80 megapascal or this is in Newton yan, per square millimeters. That is 16 T over pi d cube. Or simplifying this, para ma-equate natin sa T in terms of D, T is equal to 5 pi d cube. Or this will become your equation number 1. So, equation number 1 nyo to. Okay. O ngayon, di ba meron din tayong binigay na value ng theta or yung ating limiting or boundary condition for the angle of twist? We're going to use that. That is 4 degrees. So, to use for the value of theta, we know theta, take note, this is in radian. That is T L over J G. Anong ulit ang J? J is, if it's a solid shaft, that is pi. Lagay natin. Angle of twist, polar moment of inertia ng solid shaft is pi d to the fourth over 32. Yan. So, anong ulit yung ating theta? Theta, ang given sa ating degrees. So, kailangan natin convert into radian. Paano? So, kung theta ay degrees, 4 degrees para maging radian, multiplied by pi over 180 degrees. Is equal to T, hindi natin alam, no? L, ano yung length natin? Kung naka-megapascal tayo na may newtons per millimeter, ginawa natin millimeters, 5,000 millimeters over, this is pi d to the fourth over 32 multiplied by G na gigapascal para maging newton per square millimeter or megapascal, 83 times 10 cube newton per square millimeter or megapascal. So simplifying, we will have our second value of T in terms of D. T is equal to, pag sinimplify natin yan, 0.11377 yan. 063 d to the fourth. And this will become your equation number 2. Yan. Equation number 2 nyo na to. So, equating t is equal to t, mako-compute natin, no? T is equal to t. Therefore, yung ating d will be equal to 138.06 millimeters. So, this is our answer for the first problem. Okay. Ito yung ating diameter. So, again, napapansin ninyo, ginamit both equations or both conditions. Okay? That's what I'm telling a while ago about the boundary conditions. Okay? Kasi nandyan na yan. No? Gagamitin natin yung mga exact value. So, that is for our first answer, 138.06 millimeters. Okay? So, now, let's compute for the power to be transmitted. Ayan. Power to be transmitted. Yan. So, ano ngayon yung power to be transmitted? P is equal to 2 pi F times torque. Okay? So, since yan. So, power yan is equal to yan. So, power is equal to 2 times pi yan. Times F, anong ulit yun? 20 hertz. Ang problema, ano ang torque? So, balikan natin. Sabi natin, meron tayong isang equation ng torque. Ito yun, no? Pi, 5 pi d cube. So, edi substitute natin. So, torque, ibahin natin yung kulay na to. This will become 5 pi d cube. Ano nga yung d na na-compute natin? That is 138.06. 138.06 cube. O, ito yan ha. So, yung etong solution na to, ito yung ating T na 5 pi d cube. Saan natin to kinuha? Sa equation ng maximum shearing stress kanina, which is yung equation number 1. Ayan, ito. Okay? So, since meron na tayong value na yun, so we could actually compute for the value of the power. Power here will be equal to 5.19 megawatts. Okay, megawatts. So that is your answer for example problem number 3. Okay, so that is for our example problem number 3. Okay? Yan. So now let's move with example problem number 4. Ayan. Example problem number 4. An aluminum shaft with a constant diameter of 50 millimeters is loaded by torques applied to gears attached to it as shown in the figure. Ayan, nakikita nyo sa right side, no? So mga may 800 Newton, 800 Newton meter, 1,100 Newton meter at point C, at point B, 900 Newton meter, at point A, 600 Newton meter. And the distances, ayan, given, between D and C, 2 meters, B and C is 3, and A and B is 2 meters. Okay. Using G na 28 gigapascal or modulus of rigidity of that aluminum shaft, determine the relative angle of twist of gear D relative to gear A. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin in this problem ay the angle of twist ng ating gear A relative to gear D relative to gear A. Yan. So, yan ang pinapahanap na angle of twist. Okay? So, paano natin ito i-compute? How we're going to compute for the angle of twist? Eh, di ba alam natin from our formula, theta, take note, radian ito. Theta in radian is TL over JG. Ang tinatanong, relative angle of twist. When you say relative angle of twist, we will add lahat ng TL over JG from one point hanggang dun sa point bago yung ina-analyze. Ano ibig sabihin? Ibig sabihin, we were going to compute for the angle of twist between A and B, angle of twist ng A and B, no? Or bago yung point B, we will compute for the angle of twist between A and B papunta sa C, and the angle of twist between A, B, and C papunta sa D para magkaroon ng tinatawag na relative angle of twist. To easily understand this, eto ang itsura ng sinasabi ko. Yeah. So first, eto nakikita nyo, we will compute for this angle of twist. Eto yung pangalawa, and eto yung pangatlo. Then, from that analysis, ang hinahanap nating relative angle of twist, theta, ng D to A yan, is actually the summation of TL over JG nitong tatlo na yan. Okay? So yan, no? That's what we call relative angle of twist. Okay? So to compute, isa-isahin muna natin. Or pwede naman din nating idiretso. No? Pwede natin siyang idiretso dito. Okay? So for the relative angle of twist, take note, radian ha, nakakompute natin. Radian muna, gamit yan TL over JG. Okay. That is, so umpisa natin TL over JG sa una muna. So, paano ang rotation nung una nating angle of twist? Paano? So, ito muna. So, number 1, 600 Newton meter muna. So, that is, kung 600 Newton meter at mukhang may given tayo na naka gigapascal or kung gusto natin gawing megapascal, so lalabas ito ay, so yung G natin, lagyan natin, G is 28 gigapascal or para mas madali sa atin, this is 28 times 10 cube megapascal or Newton per square millimeter. Kung naka-Newton at square millimeter, mukhang kailangan natin tignan tong 600 Newton meter in Newton millimeters. This will become, yung ating torque ay 600 times 10 cube, ayan na yun, Newton millimeter multiplied by length. Ano yung length na to? So, this length, kung babalikan natin yung illustration, is 2,000 meters. 2,000 millimeters or 2 meters. Okay? So, multiplied by 2,000. Yan. over JG. Yan. O, doon pala tayo sa number una, ha? JG plus J. J is the polar moment of inertia. That is pi over 32. O, ano yung ating diameter? Diameter natin. In this case, ano daw sinabi ang constant diameter? The constant diameter is 50 millimeters. Ayan, binanggit sa problem. Constant diameter, 50 millimeters. So, 50 to the fourth times G, modulus of rigidity, that is 28 times 10 cube megapascal. Okay? O, yan yung isa. Next. O, punta tayo sa pangalawa. Yan. Labanan natin. So, dito tayo sa number 2. Yan. O, check na tayo dito. Ito na tayo. So, sa number 2, mapapansin nyo, merong magkaibang direction ng moment. Okay? Kanina, ginawa natin positive itong 600, with the condition na, kung titingnan nyo yung arrow, na ito ay naka counterclockwise. Ibig sabihin, yung analysis natin is positive counterclockwise. Therefore, yung ating negative is clockwise. Okay? So, pwede nyo naman yan baguhin. Yun nga lang, mag-iiba ang sagot, no? Magiging positive, negative. Dahil pag tama, pag nag-negative yung sagot, baliktad lang yung assumption natin. Or should I say, iba lang yung rotation natin. Okay? Magkaiba lang. Okay? Magkaiba lang yung analysis rotation. So, absolute value naman yan. Kasi, yung theta dyan, naka-radian. Okay? That is absolute value. Okay? Absolute value yan. Okay? So, kung yan pala ang scenario, could we say na kapag sa pagitan ng A to B, paano yun? Or B to C, that is, lalabas siya kung positive mo clockwise, positive mo counterclockwise, this will become 600 minus 900 or negative 300 Newton meter. So this will become negative 300 times 10 cube kasi gusto natin gawing millimeters. Okay? Length. Ano daw yung length natin? So in this case, kung babalikan natin yung kayo ng illustration, that is 3 meters or 3,000 millimeter. Okay? 3,000 over pi over 32. Dito the fourth, parang yun ata yung constant no? Kasi constant nga yung diameter. Multiplied by, o constant din to, 28 times 10 cube. Yan. Take note negative tayo dahil mukhang mas malaki yung clockwise natin. Okay? And then last, kasi mukhang tatlo to. Ayan, po, number 3, plus. Okay? Ano yun sa dulo? O, tignan. So, counterclockwise 1,000 minus 900, ilan yun? 200 plus 600, 800. So, this will become 800 positive times 10 cube multiplied by, yung length nito ay 2,000 millimeters kasi ayan, balikan natin, no? Ito, 2 meters yung pagitan, di ba? Ng CNT over the constant, ito, yan, pi over 32, 50 to the fourth multiplied by 28 times 10 cube. So, ibig sabihin, pag kinumpute ko to, ang sagot nito will become radian. Okay? So, for the answer, yung ating relative angle of twist from ng D to A is in radian is 0.110589949 radian, or pag kinonvert natin, minultiply natin ito sa 180 over pi, this will become 6.34 degrees. Ayan na yung sagot natin sa ating problem. Okay? So, again, yung relative angle of twist may kinalaman sa pag-ikot ng lahat ng element dun sa ating problem. Okay? Yung mga shaft. Diba yan? Sige. So, for this problem, ito, okay, ibibigay ko na to sa inyo. So, looks fun. So, this will become your, assignment. Not really assignment, but work, tawag dito, sit work slash, working problem na sa inyo na. Okay? This will become, para ma-practice, no, yung inyong, or should I say, yung diniscuss ko sa lahat na concept Okay? So, para medyo may heads up naman kayo kung ano yung mga answers. Okay? So, bibigay natin yung answers dito, ano? So, tinatanong kasi sa atin sa problem, determine the maximum shearing stress developed in each segment. O, paano natin gagawin to? So, dugtong-dugtong na naman. Therefore, gagana dito yung same concept natin dito sa ginawa natin sa relative angle of twist. Okay? Ayan na. And then, mukhang ano ba kayo? Fix, support both ends. So, dito nagagana yung tinatawag natin na equation of static equilibrium. Okay? So, para may guide naman kayo, so ilagay na natin or bigay na natin yung answers, no? For the maximum shearing, sorry. Yan. For the maximum shearing stress ng bronze muna tayo. So, for bronze, yan. Ang ating maximum shearing stress is equal to 132.413 megapascal. Ayan. So, ito yung mga answer, ha. For the aluminum, yan, yung nasa gitna, aluminum, the maximum shearing stress is equal to 4.33 megapascal. And then for steel, yan. So, binibigay ko na yung sagot. Kayo na to. Kayo na mag-discover kung paano na-compute yung sagot. Gamitin yung same concept na tinuro ko bago yung problem na to and then equations of static equilibrium. Okay? So, yan yung mga sagot natin. For bronze, 132.413 megapascal. For aluminum, 4.33. And for the steel, 193.54 megapascal. Okay? So, this will be your working assignment. No? So, para kayo mismo ma-practice, should I say, practice problem ninyo para magamit yung mga concept na tinuro bago yung problem natin. Okay? So, that is for our introduction ng ating torsion. Okay? Introduction pa lang yan. Or what we call thermal stresses. Kasi napansin niyo parang more on the angle of twist and may kinalaman sa mga ating modulus of rigidity. Okay?